circle of flags at the Carter Center. Right in the middle is the U.S. flag. And then this beautiful 360-degree circle, there's a flag from every state in the Union. If you get a chance, come down and check it out for yourself. I love visiting presidential libraries. Remember, they're closed until we get through this COVID thing. Peace. Spread love.
Welcome to the kitchen. It's me, Curtis, your host with the most. Most what? I don't know. Today it's all about the yard bird, the chicken. That's what we call chickens down south, yard birds. And I get so many things come to mind when I think about fresh chickens. I spent my summers as a young kid in Adairsville, Georgia, where my mom is from. And my grandfather, Granddaddy Curtis, W.H. Curtis Sr., and my grandmama, Corrine, wow, they were incredible. Granddad would go out in the morning and grab the little eggs, the large eggs, the double yolks, and then grandma would say, "Well, how do you want them, son?" She called him Sonny, right? And I just love those double yolk eggs. Also, Saturdays for a big Sunday dinner, grandma would prep those fresh chickens, and I'm not going to go into detail about how to do that. I do remember her and her beautiful hands working with those fresh birds. So also, the tips I give you about buying fresh fruits and vegetables, that also works with other fresh foods, such as meat, such as poultry, such as seafoods, okay? Smell it. It should smell fresh. That chicken is beautiful right there. It's a nice fresh chicken. No hormones added, right? Also, it should look good. How do you dress up a raw chicken for television? Anyway, it's a beautiful bird. I got to tell you that. What else? Get to know your butcher. She or he can tell you things about the meat, where it came from, who the farmer was, how it was prepped, all those things. So get to know your purveyor. Have I shared enough to you about how to pick a good bird? Trust your stomach, that inside brain, that gut brain, I call it. Now, I'm going to do 3 things with this one bird. We're going to prep it and roast it on the grill. Okay, that's the first thing. Once it's done, Lisa and I'll have dinner with that roasted bird tonight. Now, and I'm also going to take what's left over and make chicken salad. I'm going to devein, take all the little veins out of the dark meat, because the dark meat, that's where a lot of the flavor is. So when you mix that dark meat with the breast meat, the white meat, oh my goodness, right? Going to make my mama's chicken salad, which was the bomb. And the last thing we're going to do is make chicken soup with what's left over. Sound good to you? Well, let's get started. First up, let's roast this bird. For roasting our chicken, or should I say our roaster. Of course, we've got the bird. It weighs about 2.5 to 3 pounds. Then I've got a blend of spices and herbs here. I've got in here some salt, some pepper. I've got some cumin. I've got herb de Provence. There's 7 different blends of herbs from the south of France. What I'm getting at, this is my dry rub. You can make your own with whatever you love, okay? Sage is a great herb, or herb, yes, to go with chicken. It matches beautifully with chicken, so there's quite a bit of sage in there. And I've got mustard. What I'm gonna do is, and this is one of my mama's tricks, when I'm cooking on the grill, I'll put my dry rub on, and of course I could do it with that. However, because I want this bird to stay nice and juicy, I'm gonna slather it with mustard, just French's, any yellow mustard will work, okay? And that mustard cooks off, but it seals so much juice inside that, whatever you're cooking, whether it's ribs or beef or chicken in our case here. Wonderful, wonderful tip there. So don't be afraid to use mustard. Now, I've got a couple potatoes out here and an onion. Why, you say? A couple of tricks. What I'm going to do in a roasting pan, I'm going to slice and I'll show you, we'll slice the potatoes into nice chunks, and I'm going to put the bird on top of those potatoes. I want the juices to drain away from the bird. I want it to roast nicely and have a beautiful skin on it. And I'll also cook those potatoes. We'll roast those potatoes in that liquid underneath, that juice there, okay? And what's the onion for? Couple of reasons. I'm going to slice it, peel it, and slice it in half. I'm going to put the onion inside, and I may add some carrots or something else in there. And what that does is it helps to keep that bird moist from the inside. As a yard bird is roasting on the outside, the moisture from the onion it's almost like steaming it from the inside out. Okay, you like that trick? Try it, it works great. Now it adds a little more cooking time to our bird because we put something in that cavity. However, it's worth it when you get that nice juicy bird inside out. Let's prep. Okay, full transparency, everyone. I'm sitting down. Why? Because I'm still learning my editing tricks, and I haven't figured out yet how to get that 2-camera shot in and do the editing right. So I want to get a wide enough shot that you can see me and I can talk to you. You can also see my hands working. So let's get started. Enough of that behind the scenes stuff. I try to buy potatoes whenever, even if I'm just making baked potatoes that are about the same size, so that when they're cooking, they cook the same time so you can get up to the table. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of shape them up so that we can have a platform for our chicken to sit on. So I just cut the 2 ends off, and I'm going to place them in the pan like so, so the bird can sit on top of it. Can you see that there? Now I may have to do a little trimming there to so they'll sit flat. So just take your time. And I'm going to also add some seasoning. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Just trim the bottoms off so that it can sit in the bottom of that pan. And we're going to be roasting this bird for 2.5 to maybe 3 hours. I'm going to set the grill to about between 275 and 350. Okay. Again, the same thing. We're going to cut the ends off. And feel free to place all of these trimmings inside the cavity of the chicken along with that onion. Again, we're just adding steam on the inside of that bird. Cutting through the middle. We're going to make a little platform so our potato will sit flat in the pan. That's 4 nice pieces of potato. And I may slice these up as we are when we get ready to serve them. Can you see that? We got just a little bed that the chicken can sit on top of, or the hen. And again, I'm just going to slice the onion in half, put half in the fridge for later, and we'll use half in our chicken today. So before the star comes out, you know, Miss Ladybird, a couple things I want to share with you. One, I've got my safety gloves, food safety gloves, that I'm going to put on because we're going to really marinate the chicken with the mustard and the dry spices. Also, a little salt and pepper and olive oil. I'm going to spritz my vegetables. And if you notice, I added some carrots here. Spritz the vegetables with a little bit of olive oil. And then our salt, the Himalayan sea salt on those potatoes, along with some fresh ground pepper. Me and my gadgets. There we go. The potatoes. Now remember, they're gonna be cooking in the drippings from the chicken, and there's the chicken fat as well as the moisture that comes out, those juices. So you determine whether this is something you want to eat or not. I love those flavors. Remember, you can always render that fat or remove that fat. Let it chill, scoop it right off. Okay. Let's go and get the star of the show. We've got our chicken, the star of the show, Ladybird, or is it Tom Bird? Now, I'm putting my gloves on again for our safety in handling our chicken. Always, I try to keep the chicken as cold as I can before working with it. So we just brought it out of the fridge. I'm going to go ahead and start by stuffing the cavity with the onion. Put it way up in there. And those carrots, I cut some carrots here. And some of those potato trimmings. Again, I want, whoops, that one, another one bites the dust. We'll put that one, of course that won't go in there. And I'm going to sprinkle some of my seasoning inside the cavity, okay? All right, we're going to take our seasoning just a little bit because I want that flavor in there. Remember, this bird will be 3 dishes we're going to make. The roasted chicken, the chicken salad as well as chicken soup. So the more flavor in that chicken, inside there, the better each one of those dishes will taste. Again, these vegetables just add moisture as it's steaming from the inside. And of course, you could brine your bird before roasting it. There are all kinds of techniques. And at Thanksgiving, when I roast my turkey, I always wrap it in bacon. Started doing that like 35 years ago. And I have the video to prove it. Okay. Any vegetables left? Yep, there we got some carrots. And you could lift that skin if you want. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to start our mustard slather. Oh, by the way, the guys are coming along great in the yard, so you get to see some of the progress of the yard work that we're doing when we go out to the grill. However, if you hear some banging, it's just me and the boys. They're working out in the yard, and we also have the guys here, and I think we talked to you about that before. They're doing the bathroom. So I'm just going to cover our chicken with mustard. Isn't that gorgeous? Mama would be so proud of her boy today. Keeping. All right. I think Lady Bird or Tom Bird is ready for some grilling good times. Let's take it to the grill. Well, you get to see my backyard in progress here. The grill's at 400, so I'm going to lower the temperature a bit. We're going to put our bird right in here and just allow it to roast. I'm going to baste it every like 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, our bird is looking pretty good, huh? Let's see if we can carve this. Now, I have fallen in love lately with the word all transparency or total transparency. The truth is, the first bird I made I was not happy with, so I redid it. Now, it tastes great, however, it just didn't look like what I wanted it to look like. So, I redid the bird. Gorgeous. Now, let's see if we can carve it. And remember, we're going to make 3 dishes out of this one bird. We're going to do, of course, our roasted hen for dinner. Going to put our potatoes on our serving platter. We'll slice those up and make them presentable. And now we're going to carve our roasted. Now, we're just having the bird for dinner. I just sliced some nice pieces off the breast, like that. Any way you like to slice. There we go. Put those on our serving platter. Now, to cut it up, you want to serve up different pieces. We just cut through the leg piece there. If you want to present the bird as kind of a whole bird. There's a little pink. However, this you saw me measure the temperature 165, so the bird is fully cooked. There's our wings. Slice off some more of that breast meat. That's nice and juicy. Okay. Prepare our chicken for the chicken salad. This is the fun part. So if the kids are in the house, they want to work with you on bird, just have them come in and we're just going to rip the meat from the bone.
And we're going to keep our bones because we're going to use those in our soup. Okay? Now, it's enough chicken salad for 2, maybe 3, right, Lisa?
Yeah.
Honey, did you like the second bird better or the first bird? The second one much better. Thank you. If she's happy. Make our chicken salad. Of course, the chopped or shredded chicken is there from our roasted chicken. I've got some sweet relish we're going to add. I like the sweet relish. That's the way Mama did it, so that's the way I do it. And it's always to taste. I've got a little bit of Dijon mustard, maybe half a teaspoon. And then again, always taste it. If you need to add more, you can do that. And then about 2 tablespoons of mayo. Now, I don't use any celery in my chicken salad. I mean, that's one of those personal preferences. You know, chicken salads are like the people that make them. Whatever floats your boat or, you know, fires up your taste buds, that's what I want you to do. I'm going to add my mayo here. And then the last thing, well, there's 2 more things. Salt and pepper, of course. That's going to go in to just really kind of bring it together. And then I've got a sweet onion. And it's that time of year when the Vidalia onions from my home state are coming in. And they are just gorgeous. I've got about a half of a Vidalia onion. Yeah, just a little less than half a Vidalia onion chopped. And I'm going to add that to our chicken salad. And the one tip about fresh foods I want to share with you today when buying sweet onions, the Vidalias or the Walla Walla, is the flatter the onion, look how flat that is, the milder the taste, okay? It's those sulfites. And I don't understand the process why the flat onions don't contain as much sulfites. However, that's what it is. So remember that. I think that's one of those tips that Joe Carcione taught me back in the early 80s when I was buying produce out at the San Francisco Produce Terminal. The Golden Gate Produce Terminal, I'm sorry. Also San Francisco, as well as the Oakland terminals. Now, I'm going to add just a little salt and pepper. And again, you want to taste that to see how much or how little you should add. Now, I'm going to add the lid, place the lid on this, put it in the fridge, and chill it until we're ready to have our chicken salad, whether it's a sandwich or on toast points. Let's give it a little taste. See what we got there. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That roasted chicken, nice and juicy. Okay, one last thing to make is our chicken soup. Let's go. Before we make the chicken soup and get to the tasting part, check out this new segment called Blast from the Past. Little clip from Donnie and Marie show back in the day when I had hair. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, do you guys splurge on snacks while you're watching the Super Bowl like I do? We've invited the Food Network's master chef, Curtis Aikens, to show us some healthy alternatives to filling up all football. Jensen Seahorn has decided to sample some of this, so please welcome to the show, Curtis Aikens.
Hello. Donnie, right there, baby. All right, Marie.
I'm sorry, but you have to see the buttons on his outfit here. Look at this.
Well, we all have kids, right? Well, Jason didn't have kids, but we all parents, right? Check it out. You know, my bow tie pastas, my boys, when they were little, I had to do something to keep them happy. And the only thing in the britches.
I like that.
My all garden pants. Anyway,
what are we making?
We're gonna make a totally meat-free chili now. I don't call this vegetarian, Donnie.
Why not?
Well, I don't like labels. You know, we have enough labels in this country. I think good food is good food, whether it has meat in it or not.
Great.
Okay?
Well, then let's make some good chili.
Let's make some damn good chili.
You
Can I
got
say
it.
that?
You can say that.
Now,
I'm going to say it, but you can say it.
I can say that. Let me show everyone at home. We got two key ingredients here, Marie. This right here is the chili powder, okay?
Can I taste
And
it?
that, you can taste that, baby. Now, this is the key to making good meat-free chili. Marie, hold that. Don't let Jason touch it, okay? Now, Donnie, I hear you like hot stuff.
I love hot stuff.
Jalapenos. If you
Oh,
like,
yeah,
if you
man.
like it hot, you're going to add that in.
As you see, I have everything to make our soup On the left side of the screen, there's carrots, onions, celery, and the chicken, of course. In the middle is our beautiful pot, and I've got about 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil. On the right there, you see the lid, of course, and then about 5 cups of water, along with the seasoned blend that I used when we roasted our chicken. I love making chicken soup. I love making soups, period. It's the essence of comfort food. When someone is sick, what do we make them? Chicken soup. We make them some type of soup to take over. I've got about 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, as I said, and I've got my onions. The oil's not quite hot. What we're going to do here is just build those layers of flavor. It's like building a house. You put the foundation on first, then you build that first floor, right? You build on it. Now, let's see what we got here. See if I can reach over here without blocking the shot. We'll grab a spoon out of my little utensil bags there. And the onions I cut in big chunks. I'll let those cook for maybe a minute or two. I broke my my rule. I normally show you everything, the whole item, before I chop it up. The celery we'll put in next. And there's the celery, the whole celery. And that's about 3 or 4 ribs of celery there. And I just chopped them up. Not a fine chop, just big enough so you can taste it, right? See and taste it. Okay, looking good. We're gonna do a little Bob Marley here and stir it up, little darling. Today we're gonna try to introduce a new segment on the show, thanks to my wonderful, lovely lady, Lisa. She suggested that we do a segment called, is it Looking Back, Baby, or Flashback, or Throwback? What do you want to call it?
Blast from the past.
Oh, I like that. A blast from the past. I found the segment when I did the Donnie and Marie show back in the day, so I think that might be the first one we'll lead it off with. And I found the segment when I was on Regis and Kathy Lee way back in the day. However, Kathy Lee was off that day, and Regis' wife, Joy, filled in. Fresh carrots. Now, these are beautiful organic carrots. They are so sweet. If I had my juicer, I would make carrot juice tonight. So I've got that's like 2 large carrots just diced. Whoops. Oh, that's getting nice and hot too. Now, again, I've got 5 cups of water. So I'm going to use 1 right now. Just, well, not quite yet. Let's do a little tossing over. I'll let these flavors come out. And I'm really not too much worried about the seasoning in our soup today, because that chicken that we roasted was seasoned so nicely. Now you notice I haven't really taken anything off the carcass. I just got the big pieces of bone. I'm going to remove the skin, but I'm not going to tear it off the bone. I'm going to wait till the soup is ready. I'm going to allow it to cool. Then I'll go in and take all those bones out, because I want that marrow, all that goodness inside those chicken bones to help flavor it up. And I may decide to add some noodles to it. If I do that, I'll cook the noodles on the side, then add them. I'll add the cooked noodles. Why, you say? Should I tell you, or would you rather that be a secret? Let's go ahead and add about half a cup of water here. There we go. What we're doing right now is we are creating that vegetable stock, that vegetable broth. Olive oil, the essence of the vegetables. Now, only because I want to give a little magic here, you know, because this blend has quite a bit of sage in it. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that spice blend in there, that herb and spice blend, because of all that sage. Remember, sage goes well with any kind of poultry, whether it's a wild game, or the chicken, or hens, or the, what's the word, the poussin, which means baby, a little bird en français, right? Look at that. Can you see that? Look at that. That olive oil, that broth that we're creating there. Now, I'm going to add my chicken. I want to show you some things. This is some of that beautiful roasted chicken breast. That is so good, so tender, right? And we got the chicken salad in the fridge. And you could tear it if you want. However, if you let it cook long enough, it just kind of breaks down. Now, this was the onion that was in the middle of the bird. So I'm going to add that to our soup as well. All this adds great flavor. It's one of the leg pieces, right? Oh no, that's the wing. That's one of the wings. There's a little bit of that gelatinous substance. That's just some of that chicken fat, okay? Remember, it takes a little bit of fat. That's why we added the oil to bring the flavor out. The fat is where the flavor's at. That's why ladies like big men like me, right, honey?
Right.
Okay, you know, one of those chicken wings. And what do we got next? I'm just bringing. All that goes in our pot. Let me check, make sure I didn't lose any of my good chicken parts. Now I'm going to cover this with water, with agua. I've got that well, let me see if I can taste this. That is such good chicken. Oh! We'll bring it to a boil, and we'll see you in a few. Ta-da! Looks so good. That chicken soup. Oh, and my salad here. Wow. Remember, the chicken soup, you can add noodles to it, rice, anything that you like. So we're having today soup and salad. I hope you enjoyed the segment, our new segment, Blast from the Past, a little clip from Donnie and Marie show. I hope to share more of those with you in coming episodes. If I can find, when I was on the Oprah show, I'd love to show you a piece of that clip. Some of the shows we did from the White House back in my home show days. And who knows, some of the Food Network pieces as well. Food in a Flash, Meals Without Meat, Pick of the Day, From My Garden, all those shows that we did in the early days of Food Network. Now, the soup, fabulous. You can serve that with some rice, you know. You can add some noodles to it. Let's taste this, see how it is. Oh, wow. I told myself I was going to stop saying wow. This is really good. Remember now, you taste for seasoning. I love the blend we had because the chicken was roasted with all those herbs and spices. So I think this is perfect. You can also add a little butter to it if you like, or margarine, you know, if you're vegan. Let's try our chicken salad. Here's our chicken salad. Isn't that gorgeous? Now what I've done is I've sliced some tomatoes, some beautiful cherry tomatoes. I made a little bed of cherry tomatoes, and I put some butter pickles. These pickles come from a place called the Sonoma Brinery. Lisa found these at one of the local markets, and they are outstanding. She knows how much I love bread and butter pickles. They're great. Clausen's the ones I always ate then, and we couldn't find them. We haven't been able to find them in the stores recently. So she found these Sonoma Brinery. That's not a plug. It's just there's that's good stuff right there. Let's give our chicken salad a try. And I'm serving that with, I've got some naan bread there. I just love naan bread. That roasted chicken, so nice and juicy, makes for an incredible chicken salad. Hope you enjoyed today's show. If there's anything you want to learn about fresh food or cooking, feel free to let me know, okay? Remember, it's about spreading love. Peace. See you soon. Don't forget to spread love. Hey, baby, you hungry? Would you like a bite?
Sure.